Good evening. Good evening. Welcome back to the newest edition of the Quarantine Concert Series. I'm your host, Kabir Segal, and I'm broadcasting live from the ATL, Atlanta, from our house. My parents are upstairs sleeping, and this is our dining room table. And I really want to thank you all for joining. Every night we're here at 10 p.m. Eastern. We're here at 10 p.m. Eastern every single night. We're trying to make this very consistent. So just three quick points. First, if you are if you're like the rest of us, why are we doing this? We're going through a national crisis, an international emergency, and we're all practicing physical distancing. And I'm not using the term social distancing because still think we can be social with each other. And we started this effort because we wanted to help keep the gigs going. Because if you work in the creative economy, if you're an artist, a producer, an engineer, all kinds of things, unfortunately, your way of life has been affected. Almost all the gigs have been canceled. I've gotten so many emails from friends who are musicians, and their gigs have been canceled. And it's really unfortunate. The people who bring so much joy and love into this world are really suffering like so many of us. So first, that's why we started it. Again, we're on 10 p.m. Eastern. The second thing I want to just share about the technology, we're broadcasting live on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Yep, those are all the links, and on LinkedIn, Instagram TV. So we're all over the internet and trying to be the a source of great music and hope during this dark time. So you can find us anywhere. Please subscribe to all those places so you get the updates, especially important to YouTube. If you subscribe to YouTube and then click the subscribe button, you'll get notified when when the new sort of events become live and when we start sharing about who's going to be on the show. The third thing I want to share about is if you're an artist and you want to come on the broadcast, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. There is a waiting list. I think, so I think there was, last time I checked, like 25, 30 people on the waiting list. We're trying to get everyone, accommodated. The gigs are doing well. The last few videos have seen, we're averaging about 25,000 views per episode. So we started this. This is show number 19 that we've done in about 17 days. So thank you so much for the amazing response. So with that, I just want to make sure our guests are ready. In New York, cool. So with that, we bring a lot of great artists on the shows, and sometimes I have to do a lot of research and find out and learn about these artists. But in this case, I'm so happy about starting the series because I get to catch up with some of my dear friends because we have Jana and Charnett, and I'll introduce them both. Jana and I have worked together on several projects, and I've been a fan of Charnett for many years. So it's my great pleasure to welcome to the broadcast the great Jana Herzen and Charnett Moffett. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Good. You look cozy at home.
Oh, keep it safe.
Yeah. So tell me this: how has the pandemic affected you? Have you had to cancel many gigs? How has your life been affected by this?
You want to take that one, Jan?
Uh, no, go ahead, take it for sure. We've been just setting up here. Hey, hello everybody out there, wherever you are all around the world. We're very lucky. We're very lucky to be in San Francisco and in a comfortable place during this pandemic. But I live in New York. Charnett lives in New York, and we've been watching the news with a certain amount of horror. And I send a lot of love out to anybody who's actually gotten the disease, or somebody's friend has, or that's really being impacted financially. And this is we've certainly never seen anything like it. And it's strange as we get used to the new normal how we're adjusting one way or another, which is what humans will do. We're resilient beings, so I'm sure we'll all rise through as best as we can. So.
Yeah. Have you had to cancel many gigs? Because I know you have this album forthcoming. How has it affected you professionally?
Oh, professionally, yes, we had to cancel a couple of gigs, and then a few gigs have come up, like this one, and things are coming online that are happening. And it's strange to be releasing a new album in this environment. I'm not used to it. Obviously, as a record label, we've been doing this for 16 years at Motema, putting out music and setting things up and and rolling things out. But I was very grateful to have Jazz Times and Jazz Is weigh in on our very first single, Sweetheart, which we're going to sing to you in a few moments. And we'll see how this goes now, just reaching out. I mean, one thing, everybody's home looking for some entertainment, and so I'm glad to be able to connect with people here and in different ways that we have been doing online. And but so many of the artists on my label had major tours that got canceled. It's really, my heart really is broken for them, because people spend, you know how it is. You spend a year setting up the gig, more than a year sometimes. Everything's scheduled. You're going to roll out a CD or roll out a special type of a show, and then it's all vanished. And then all of our agent friends and all of our people who are friends who put on festivals and the clubs, I mean, everybody is closed, and it's really boggles the mind how we're going to come back from this. But fortunately, we are creative people, and I'm hoping that out of that, solutions are going to come. So that's all I can say.
Well said. But one of the solutions is, I think, is your beautiful music. And we'd love for you to play something for us. What would you like to begin your performance with?
We're going to start off with a song called Sweetheart. And it was made famous by, it was first written by Ken Bargan, is how to pronounce his name, I believe. And Dan Hicks did it, and I heard it there. And then Maria Muldaur did it. I heard this when I was 13, this song. And in many ways, I think it started off my idea that maybe it would be fun to become a professional singer. So here we go. Mr. Moffett is going to start off the proceedings here.
Love, but
We love you here. We love you here in Atlanta.
Great.
Um,
To Atlanta.
Thank you. Beautiful song. Just some comments coming in. Shirley Kaysen writes wonderful music. Jana and Charnett. Uh, Terrence Smith says, nice, my all-time favorite bassist.
Ah,
So you're
Thank
getting
you.
love,
mine too.
Jason. Yeah. So tell me, I was reading up on sort of your recent prolificness, Jana, and I understand there's a 3-album sort of initiative. Can you explain sort of the multi-album format and what is what in the 3 albums?
I'm sorry, say the last word. It just got cut out.
What are the 3 albums that you have as part of this initiative?
All right. Okay, well, it's actually, in some ways, it's almost a 5-album initiative because there are 2 albums from Charnett and 3 from me that we have been rolling out. So the first one was called Bright New Day, which came out in June, and I played guitar in that project. And Charnett included my song Precious Air on that album, and I just loved the way that the band played that song. And I said, why don't we use your band for my album, Nothing But Love? So we did that, and then that came out in January and has been getting a lot of nice feedback. Been really appreciating the feedback, particularly from fans online. It's really, I feel so grateful that people are really responding to the music. And then we had this duo project, which we just released the first 2 singles, Sweetheart and then Round the World, which we will play later. And this duo project actually has been in the can for years. And Charnett's been trying to get me to put it out. We're very grateful, glad it's out now, right?
Yeah, we're very thankful.
You want to talk a little about how we put it together?
Well, it's an exciting project. It's an extension of the Passion of Lonely Heart, as Jana mentioned, and Round the World has a lot of diversity of creative styles, a lot of originals from Jana, and shows some of her influences from the great American songbook classics like Killing Me Softly, Blackbird. So music only has 12 notes, no matter how many different styles of music you have, but it's the same 12 notes making all the different sounds of the music that's on the planet. So our objective is to find how many different ways we can take these 12 notes in the creative process, regardless of styles and genre, and bring love to people on the planet. As you know, the importance of fresh air and oxygen for all human beings. Well, music is the food for the soul for human beings, and that's what we're trying to communicate through our music on around the world.
Right, and the duo project, actually, we had a duo project called Passion of a Lonely Heart, came out in 2012, actually. And the songs that you hear on this album that's coming up on May 29th were actually recorded 12 years ago. And that was the seed of us working together. We've toured and done a bunch of things together, and recently have been producing together. And coming up after this duo project is a live version of Nothing But Love. And also, Charnett has an amazing new project in the can called New Love. We're not sure exactly the release date, but can't wait to bring that out. And again, I'm playing guitar on his records, and he's playing bass on mine, and we've been co-producing and having really a great time. So here we are penned up in San Francisco, and together in the bunker. I'm going to play you another tune here. Is that okay?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
All over there?
Of
Great.
course.
So we're going to take these off because truthfully they're only for listening to Kabir, so we can hear each other better without them. Let's do that. So this song is the second single, just was featured in Jazz Is magazine today, so thank you very much, Jazz's team. candle in the dark for you. So relax, honey, be free. Throw your troubles in the salty sea. Give in, darling, honey, don't fight. You got to trust the pull of the cool moonlight, 'cause there's spinning round this love. And I wanna show you just what it's worth. Can you see it in my heart? There's a candle in the dark for you. Love spinning round this globe. Believe me when I say it's so. Can you see it in my eyes? There's a kingdom in the sky for There's love spinning round this world. You got love spinning round and round. Love spinning round this world. Love spinning
Really good. Really good. A lot of love online too, saying, loving all the music. We have several questions for you, Janet, coming in. They want to know a couple things. First, they want to know, what is your process or routine when it comes to writing a song? When it comes to you writing a song, what's your own process?
Right. Well, I'm going to start off by saying that me and routine don't go together. Okay? I've never been able to pull off having a routine all my life. So, but what happens with me with songs is it's always a kind of something happens personally, and or an idea just pops into my mind, and I'll pick up my guitar, and songs come out. Generally, they come out pretty well formed. Just the guitar and the vocal and the lyrics, they just kind of pour out of me. And then sometimes, they need some cleanup, and little fine tuning here or there. And sometimes I'll be stuck on some lyric for years and years, and finally I go, "That's it, I've got it." So they brew for a while, or sometimes they roll out very quickly, and it's always just a personal heart moment. It's like writing a poem, and then the music goes with it. I've been playing my guitar since I'm 13, and I'm not going to say exactly how old I am, but it's been a long time, and we're very good buddies. Guitar's been through just about everything with me, and
That's another question. Someone wants to know.
live without it.
Yeah, someone wants to know, what kind of guitar is that?
This guitar is actually a Martin, and it's a lovely guitar. I've had it for years, and this is my San Francisco guitar, and I live in New York, and some of our very dear instruments who are on the records that you're going to hear are quarantined by themselves in our New York apartment, and probably, making some music too, but I don't think they're going to probably get online. So
Yeah.
I have on the duo project, I'm playing a 1950 Gibson, which you can see in the cover of Passion of Lonely Heart. Maybe you have that image somewhere you're going to show a little bit later.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful instrument from 1950. I turn to it for advice sometimes because it's older and wiser than I am.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Jana, and there's
There it is, yeah.
it's a beautiful guitar. Let me ask you, Jana, we've worked together on so many projects, and I know you mostly as running a terrific record label. What do you attribute your recent sort of prolificness, all this wonderful music that's just coming and emanating out of you? What has changed or what has not changed? What do you, why so wonderfully prolific now, creatively?
Okay. Well, because I'm an honest girl, I just have to say the truth. This music has been the music on Nothing But Love, and some of the songs that are on the duo project. They've been with me for a long time. Actually, I've been performing them live, and people are saying, "When are you going to put that on record?" And my very dear friend Jay Mark recorded in his home studio. We recorded the duo project, and we put out 12 songs back in 2012, and we had this other 11 songs that was more singer-songwriter focused. The first album was more jazz focused. And this one's more singer-songwriter focused, has 5 of my originals and then 6 tunes that I used to sing when I was a coffee house singer in the 1970s. I used to pick up a guitar as a teenager and go around and play in different clubs in England and in California. And so it's not that I've poured out so many songs out of myself lately. It's more that these have been waiting on the runway, as I often say to artists, that when it comes time for a release at Motema, well, everybody's all hands on deck. It's just like an airplane that's taking off. You have to check all the little pieces and then send it out into the world. So these have been waiting on the runway for a very long time. And we just recently recorded. I mean, I would say one thing that has been very special for me is that Charnett invited me to play in his band. I started producing a few of his records. He invited me to play in his band, and that really expanded my guitar musical horizons quite a bit. So I hope maybe you'll have Charnett on to do one of his records one of these days, or maybe we'll get out of this quarantine.
Let's hope. Yeah, we'd love to hear another song.
Okay, what are we gonna do? How about
Speak.
Far Away? Far Away. Let's do Far Away. So this song actually is the music. Excuse me, I have to turn the balance for some reason.
We have a question from Boston. What are you drinking, Jana?
Oh, it's the finest of water vodka. There you go.
Okay.
H2O.
No, it's not that one. That's Steve. Here we go. We're not our crews are joining us. Chipper. So this song is based on an African song by a writer Shakara Mutala, and I put some English lyrics to it. Seems so far away, seems like an eternity. The words I heard you say, still I hear them calling me. We were living in a world where most restless angels fed upon our dreams. It was just too hard to find our way through the forest of nothing as it seems. And lies were told that made my heart as cold as an anchor. 20,000 leagues beneath the frozen sea, so far away from me, far across the waves. I can feel your heart is aching, and all I can do is pray that love may find to find a way to comfort you. I wish that I could say that the simple life would pull us through. But maybe I was crazy, letting my tears fall upon the broken ground. I wanted you to save me, shed your light on the darkness that was falling all around. Like a prince in a dream, you would make me the queen of your country. Did I know the hunger in your soul would pick me up and spin me on a hound wave, and the storm would never end. Across the waves, I can feel your heart is aching, and all I can do is pray that love may find a way if we stop the lies and keep our eye on the brand new day. On the brand new day. And there came a day I finally had to shut the door. The games we used to play, I could no longer find a reason for. Maybe there's no answers. Maybe we are just dancers invited by the moon, always looking for the transport. The voice of the angels to tell us what to do, but lies were told that made my heart as cold as an anchor. 20,000 leagues beneath a frozen sea, so far away far across the waves. I can feel your heart is aching, and all I can do is pray that love may find a way if we stop the lies and keep our eye on the brand new day. For the great Charnett Moffett.
They love you, man. They love you both. We're getting so
Well, we
many.
love you all. Whoever's out there, we really appreciate you tuning in. It's really,
Yeah,
Kabir, thanks so much for putting this series on.
of
As
course, of course,
always,
of
as
course.
always, you're the king of initiative.
So look, I was reading some comments. Ellen Van Dyke says beautiful vocals and bass is really on point. And Donna writes that bass though, sheesh. So a few questions coming in. They want to know, Jana, do you?
Sheesh.
Yeah, they want to know,
Jana
Jana.
Sheesh Muppet.
Jana, do you give guitar lessons or vocal lessons, Jana?
Oh, you know, I haven't for a very long time because I've been running this record label, Motema, and that really takes up what spare time I have had. It's taken up most of it. But I love to teach, actually, when I get that opportunity to do so.
And how about you, Charnett? People are asking if you get bass lessons.
From time to time, hopefully when things change again in the future, if that happens, I'll be probably doing more workshops and clinics and things like that in the future.
Gotcha. We have a bass player asking, how do you practice your harmonics?
Very slowly and with a very light touch. Very slowly and a light touch. And also, the harmonics are built through the harmonic system, thirds and fifths, octaves. So, every G string, for example, octave, G harmonics are very soft.
Yeah, it's lovely. I'm a bass player too, and I obviously can't play like you, so I just sit in awe with my mouth. You can't see the screen, but my mouth is like, oh wow, I think you're one of the best out there. So it's really a pleasure to hear you both play.
Actually, I enjoyed your playing Kabir on Lori's album.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful.
I hit in the
Legion of
back.
Peace.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly,
you
exactly.
played great on that album.
Thank you.
Kabir produced an album called Legion of Peace that was
Right.
with Lori Henriquez. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys should check it out. It's a children's album.
It was a fun album. I have a question too. One more question coming in before we go to your next piece. They want to know what is your favorite venue you both have played?
I couldn't hear him.
Say again?
Your favorite venue that you both played?
Oh, well, he has a favorite. You can go and talk about yours.
I would say Vienna in France.
You know, I saw you in Paris play at a jazz club.
That's right.
I don't know if you remember
right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That was at Le Duc de Lombard, which is run by Sebastian Vidal, a good friend of ours.
Okay. Very
We
cool.
have to play where we're appreciated. That's pretty much how it works.
But
Yeah, yeah.
Vienne is Jazz à Vienne is a huge festival south of France. I guess you played it a lot when you were with McCoy Tyner.
Many different groups. Yeah, the great McCoy Tyner, Melody Gardot, Ornette Coleman, many groups.
Yeah. He keeps telling me we need to play there. I'm waiting for them to invite us, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Actually, you asked about my favorite venue. Well, actually, one of my favorite venues is here in Northern California. It's called Sweetwater. And in fact, Maria Muldaur used to sing there a lot. And so when I was a young kid, I used to go up there, and I've had the opportunity to play that club. I like a nice, intimate folk club. I really like for me, I like for the stage to feel like it's your living room. So here we are in our living room sharing this. So it's the perfect kind of thing. But it's also amazing to play really large stages because so much energy comes in. Your spirit combines with everybody who's in the audience, right? It's that power moves through you. It's an amazing experience.
Yeah. I just have to take the opportunity. Charnett, you mentioned McCoy Tyner. I was reading that you played with him. Do you have any, we lost the great maestro, McCoy Tyner, recently. Do you have any stories or memories of you being with him and performing with him you'd like to share?
Wow. Yeah. Well, 7 years playing with McCoy was an amazing experience. He was an amazing human being as well as a great artist, obviously. Influenced so many people, especially piano players. And I mean, where did you start? McCoy gave so much, and he gave his all. And he really allowed all of the artists who worked with him to truly be themselves. to, he would show you what the music was about, but ultimately he wanted you to bring yourself to the music. Obviously, I had a great time working with him for the whole time I was with him from 2000 to 2006, and I will miss him. But I have a lot of great fond memories, and the spirit of his music will always continue to live on.
Well said.
Very much so. What an
Yeah,
amazing musician. It's interesting because Charnett started super young, and he played with Dizzy Gillespie and Art Blakey and McCoy and other older folk. But the thing is that it's like these people are leaving us, the whole vibration and nature of the jazz world shifts, and Charnett, I think, finds himself, from another world sometimes even.
Well, yeah, you were there, you were actually witnessing history, but because you were part of it, you were shaping history too with these great musicians. So you're part of the canon, Charnett, and you're also
I was very
enriching it too. Yeah.
Thank you. I was very fortunate to be, from New York City, where all of this great music was happening, and I hope that New York recovers quickly as the rest of the world.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
We're getting big, huge prayers out to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a song, actually, the next song that we're going to do. I just posted this song for free if anybody wants it, because at my mother's suggestion, by the way. Hi, Mom. I think she's out there. I should remember to log in.
Shout out to the folks in Texas, the folks in Jamaica, the folks in Philly. No.
Yes, indeed. And the folks in Santa Cruz too.
That's right.
This song, I wrote it for my mother's Aunt Jean, actually, who was an inspiration to our family and to many, many people of kind of a Zen personality, somebody who really took the world as it was and didn't rail against it, worked with nature, and I learned a lot from her, just how she was, and the way that she was, and with so many, as the weekend went by this past weekend, and we're seeing, refrigerator trucks outside of Elmhurst Hospital, and people, we're losing so many people, and, it's like my heart just aches just thinking about all the people who are going through so much suffering, and the people dying alone, and now, online virtual funerals, that's what's happening. People are not able to get together and be with each other. And my mom was feeling it really heavily over the weekend, and she said, please would you share your song, Thinking of You, which always gave her a lot of solace when we lost my aunt. So, and I had the honor to sing this at a very dear friend's funeral also. And we're going to sing this now and share this with everybody. And if anybody wants the song, either as a download or a stream, it's available for free. I guess it's on my Facebook. I think you can get it there. My marketing fellow put it up today. So here, it's called Thinking of You, and this is for anybody out there who has lost someone they love, and please, I hope this helps with the healing. How to be young. You were the calm in the eye of the storm. If ever someone needed comfort or wisdom, yours were the words that were born. And even in leaving, you trusted your wisdom. No panic of death clouding over your days. You shared with your family that sweet love of living. your power was true. And if ever I need strength to face this crazy riot that we call life, I'll be thinking of you. Many's the story I heard of your trials, of trying to keep peace in a world running wild. And I remember you told me your key to survival was to never, no, never make nature your rival. And just as a stone that's been thrown in the water sends ripples from center to edge, in the same way I know countless lives have been altered by the wisdom that rippled from the life that you led. So you've left on wings for heaven, but you're far from God. In my heart, I can feel you present, making me strong with your ways so sure and quiet. Your power was true, and if ever I need strength to face this crazy riot that we call life, I'll be thinking of you. I'm thinking of you. Thank you. What's that?
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that very touching song. Eric Herzenberg, who you may know, says this song has true meaning for me.
Oh, thanks, Brother Rick. I'm glad. Yeah, she was an amazing woman.
Yeah. Donna Scott says, Cole Porter, move over. This song was so beautiful. Wow, pulls your souls right in. Yeah.
I could feel you all out there.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Shirley Kaysen says, thinking of you really touches my heart. So you're touching people's hearts, Jana, as we're all physically distant. You're bringing us together with your beautiful music.
That is our job, isn't it? It's amazing to play with Charnett on these songs too, because it's like, I do play them solo sometimes, but when he's playing it just moves the story along, and all these little frills in different worlds.
Totally.
My imagination go.
I do want to take a moment, and maybe we can just tell people where to get the music. Where can they go to find you online? Where would you like them to go?
Well, they can go to janaherzen.net, and they can go to charnettmoffettbass.net, and you can find all of the music at motema.com, motema.com, which is
Yeah, see the link at the bottom. Motema.com has so many incredible artists, and it's probably the best jazz label in my humble opinion. Yeah, and I really enjoyed working with you over the years. We do have a question about you and your record label hat. Someone's asking.
Where's my hat? I'm sorry, it's not here. I can't answer.
Yeah, exactly. And people want to know, what do you enjoy more? And I'm sure you enjoy both in different ways. Do you enjoy being an artist or enjoy running a record label?
I guess the answer to the question, you got 25% off everything down there. That's a pretty funny slide to go with this question.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have always, all through my life, even when I was like 15, 14, I started promoting other people. I love to make a platform for people to be able to shine, and especially to do their own sound. The motto for our label is artists of power and distinction. And what makes for power is commitment and really learning to be a master of your craft. And what makes for distinction is really being yourself, like really offering something that nobody else can offer. So that's, before I had the record label, I used to be in the theater, and there's a theater company by the name of MCC Theater, which I'm very proud to have been one of the founding members of that organization also. And of course, my heart goes out also to all the Broadway actors, producers, theaters. Everything's closed. It's like the idea that, the show must go on, and it's not going on. It's like a shake up in our world. So the idea behind that company was also to bring the music world back to the artists. The theater world back to the actors and the writers. And there's one thing about Motema that not everybody knows, and that's that we put out writers, people who write music and expanding. You're not going to hear an album full of jazz standards on Motema. Not much. Not unless it's all of Jobim's, a special tribute to Jobim or something like that, which we have on there. So, but as far, I guess, soul fulfilling, nothing beats writing a song.
Yeah.
Nothing beats really putting your heart out there and sharing with you people right now. Nothing really beats that, but it certainly is it feels good to contribute to society and bring out musicians that, I feel bad to name names because it's like picking favorites, but people like Gregory Porter or Joey Alexander, Rito Martinez, people who started their career on the label. It was really a treat to give them that opportunity.
Speaking of
Charnett too, we got a lot of records by Charnett.
Yeah.
We started playing together.
Speaking of soul fulfilling, I want to put this comment up on the screen from Gina Keju. She says, "I just lost my mom on Tuesday, touching my heart as well." So you're resonating with other world, Jana.
Lost your mom.
Yeah.
She's still with you. She's still with you.
Yeah. What we have time for one last one. What would you like to end your performance with?
Okay. We're going to end this performance with the title track from the album that came out in January that's called Nothing But Love. I call this a Buddhist love song. It's a little bit, it's got a little sharp side to it and a lot of love. So here we go. And it's just, I dedicate this to everybody, all of us who are getting something that we don't want right now, dealing with this coronavirus experience. And it's up to us to really bring ourselves to this experience and make the most of it and turn it around in good ways. So. Sometimes you don't get what you want in this life. Sometimes it can feel like there's more darkness than light. Sometimes you can feel like you'll never get home. And sometimes you can feel like you'll always be alone. Like there's nothing called love. Nothing called love. Nothing called love. Sometimes you can feel like a dog without a bone. And sometimes you can feel like you've always been alone. Sometimes you can feel those blues cut just like a knife. And sometimes you can feel like there's no point in life, like there's nothing called love. Nothing called love. Nothing called That's the time you gotta pick yourself up and dust off your shoes, clean out your mind and shake out those blues. Look up to the sky and set each thought free like a dove. And remember, in this world, there's really nothing but love. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Nothing Well, that's the time you gotta pick yourself up and dust off your shoes, clean out your mind and shake out those blues. Look up to the sky and set each thought free like a dove. And remember, in this world, there's really nothing but love. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Nothing but
Yeah.
hang on to your love out there, folks, through all of this.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us today, both Jana and Charnett. I've got to say, it's just really wonderful to see you, Jana. I see you happy and smiling and creating and full of like mirth. It's fun to see you like this. So keep on adding your voice to the world because we desperately need it, especially in times like this.
Thanks so much. Hey, I wanted to say one thing too. I mean, this is partially, your series is partially a
Yes.
fundraiser, right, for Grammy Cares. And also,
Yes.
I just want to say that the people from the Jazz Foundation of America
Yes.
they're put together a fund that is to help jazz musicians who are out of work and on the edge. And jazz musicians, if you're out there, you should check out their COVID fund that they just started. And a number of record labels have put some money behind that, and I really appreciate that people are stepping up to do that, and we all got to work together here.
Check out the Jazz Foundation. Check out there's Music Cares. There's a lot of great organizations doing this, and it's important to support musicians in our community. So thanks for mentioning that. I just want to do one last thing. I want to give thanks to the sound and tech team, Camilo and Sandra. They help every night. Every night, check out their website. If you're a musician and need mixing and mastering services, check out their website. They're still open for business. They can work remotely, so please hit them up. And we're here every night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow night, we're going to go back to some San Jarocho music, Sinwe and Alea, another Mexican music sounding duet. And we have some great new artists. Check out the website every single night. We're live at 10 p.m. Eastern. And God bless you. Be safe, be healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And stay inside.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.